Hi guys, this is Shahadat from Shahadat Hussain Indeed channel in YouTube. Today I'm going to talk to you or try to introduce you to the National Zoo of Bangladesh, which is situated in Mirpur or at Mirpur in the capital city Dhaka. Mirpur is on the northern part of the city, and the entrance of the National Zoo looks like this. In this photograph, as you can see, this is the entrance. These are the ticket counters. You can buy the tickets from here. The tickets are 50 taka, 50 Bangladeshi taka for each Bangladeshi person. I don't know if it's going to cost more for people from abroad, because in some places it does. I was there with my younger brother. This is you can see him or his backside from this photograph. One thing to remember is the Dhaka or the Bangladesh National Zoo is closed on Sundays. So if you plan to visit the National Zoo, please make sure that you don't come on Sundays, because then you will be wasting your time commuting, and you will not be able to see any animals at all, or enjoy the zoo at all. Okay, so let's move on to the next photo that I captured today. This is a photo of these spotted deers. The Bengali name for them is Chitral Horin or Chitra Horin, some people call it. They usually are spread around in their enclosure, but this morning for some reason they were flocking together, and I thought that was a magnificent view. So I took a couple of photos, and I have taken a video as well. Here is the video. I'm going to play a little bit of the video, not the whole lot. So this view is kind of like that's my younger brother. So in this shot, you can see the animals, but I'm going to skip forward so you can see a zoomed in version of the same deers. And look at them, they're so beautiful. If you want to see them, please come to the National Zoo in Mirpur, at Mirpur in Dhaka, and you will be able to see these magnificent, beautiful animals in person. So the other thing I was going to show you is, because it was the public holiday today, it was the Christmas day, so it's a public holiday in Bangladesh, and there is a lot of people. There are a lot of people trying to enjoy who have come to visit the zoo, and they were having a good time. People were happy and smiling and having fun. So it was great to see that. This is a map of the zoo. It shows what we have in the zoo. There are two lakes, and quite big lakes on both sides of the zoo. One is called the North Lake, and the other one is called the South Lake, based on the direction. So I've taken a video clip of the same map, but I guess the video clip is not that important for a map. You can see it from here roughly, what is there and what you can expect to see. So I'll skip this video and go on to the next one. The next thing we saw was this rhesus macaques. These are monkeys, and they were in this enclosure. The ones when we were there, a couple of monkeys were actually grooming each other, or one was grooming the other basically, and we saw similar kind of thing going on in another pair. So I quite like monkeys to an extent that sometimes I fear that if the zoo authority looks at me properly, they might put me in one of these cages. So didn't really spend too much time near this cage. The next cage that we visited was this massive cage with all these herons, and there are some flamingos as well. Uh, One funny thing you get to see when you are here is that there are herons sitting outside the fence or outside this enclosure. This enclosure is actually closed. It's like a cage, or well, it's an aviary, so the birds can fly, but they cannot escape. And outside the aviary, you see actual free herons sitting out on the outside, and these were sitting on the inside. So it looked quite interesting. Caged birds and free birds trying to communicate with each other. I don't know what. I mean, I wonder what they actually talk about. The next clip was about the environment of the zoo. I was quite happy to see that the zoo has got quite a few trees, which make it look almost like a little forest. And then on one side you have got the trees, and on the other side you have the cage enclosures and cages. So you see lots of people in the areas where there are cages, and on the other side in the forest you don't see any people at all, or very few people really. So that's that. The next thing I saw was the Indian lion. The lion was well, unfortunately or unfortunately, when we went there, it was actually eating its breakfast, I guess, or the only meal that it gets in a day. So it was busy eating, so I didn't really get a very good close-up shot. And because I was trying to take this shot from outside the cage, which is covered with all these nets, it was quite tricky to focus on the lion and take a good photo. But if you want to see it from close, you are most welcome to visit the zoo and see them personally with your own eyes. The next clip shows the white African lions. The white African lion was walking in front of me, and when I took the camera out to take the video, it decided that it wanted to have some food rather than wasting its time in front of standing around in front of me. So that's what it went to do. As you can see, it's trying to eat a piece of meat there, and the way you know that this is the white lion is if you look at the paws, they are kind of white, and in a, I guess further down you'll see that it shows its face, and the face is pretty, yeah, if you look at the face now, it's pretty whitish. The body is a little brown here, but it's more it's close to white normally. So that was the African lion. The next thing I saw was the pride of Bangladesh. The national animal of Bangladesh is called the Royal Bengal Tiger. I find it funny that people call this the Royal Bengal Tiger, even though we are Bengalis and this is our national animal, but we call it by its English name. I find it weird and interesting, actually. But these the tigers. These are massive animals. The tiger can weigh up to 200 kilo, the male one, and the tigress can weigh up to 135 kilo or something like that. So, so next to each other, the male actually looks like massively bigger than the female one. So This is the female one, and the female one actually had a really cute face. I don't know whether you can see it from this video, but when I was standing in front of it, look at that, look at those eyes, look at those eyes. And it is. I mean, I didn't see any difference between basically the eyes of this tiger and the pet, the eyes of a pet cat. But obviously, I don't want to really tap on the back of this tiger, because that may not end up very well for me. So the next clip is of this tiger, Royal Bengal tiger, that was trying to chew on a little piece of meat. The piece was quite small compared to its face, and so it was having a bit of difficulty trying to chew on that piece of meat. And I was really lucky to take this clip because, or capture this clip, because the tiger was virtually 3 feet away from me. It has got so used to seeing people around it that it was just not bothered. It was just trying to focus on the on eating the meat. And the thing that I said before, these animals are quite cute. I mean, if you look at the face of this magnificent tiger, it looks so cute. Anyway, this was another shot of the same tiger, so I don't want to show you this one. This is a tiger again. In this clip I kind of like try to capture the nonsense or the noises that people were making outside the cage. They were trying to draw the attention of the tiger, shouting and screaming all sorts of different kind of sounds, but the tiger didn't really buzz. But I didn't like that attitude, because obviously the tigers are inside the enclosure. It's almost like they're imprisoned. They're not in their natural habitat. So the experience, I can assume that, or imagine that experience is not very nice. And then on top, if people start screaming and throwing things at the animals, that just makes their experience even worse. And I guess we should try our level best to not to do that, really. The next clip was, or the photo was from the kind of turtles that are there in the zoo. It was quite interesting to see two different kinds of turtles sitting side by side and kind of like enjoy the weather. There was a bit of sun, of course, and so they were trying to enjoy that. I also saw these ostriches. For some reason, I really like ostriches. As you can see, they were eating and then grooming themselves. Long time ago, I remember when I was a kid, there was one in the newspaper. It was published that one of the ostriches actually laid an egg. So there were. I mean, when I actually went to the zoo at that time, and there were so many people just wanted to see the egg of the ostrich, which was quite interesting. Then some birds and saltwater crocodiles. We have got saltwater crocodiles, sweetwater crocodiles, river crocodiles, and we've got the other kind of crocodile that live on fishes only. But I didn't take all of their photographs. It's just this one looked really nice. It was sitting there idle, not moving a single muscle. So I decided to take a photo. In this clip I tried to show the in this clip I tried to show the south lake of the Dhaka Zoo. I was standing in front of the south lake, and it is really nice to just stand on the side of this lake. Ah, there you go. That's me. A really handsome person, isn't it? If you disagree, please don't answer my question, which probably is all of you, but yeah, I'll pretend that that's not the case. And then I saw some vultures. This particular vulture actually um, was trying to show off its wings, but before I got the chance to actually take a video, it decided to change and do something else. But I did capture a video of the vulture, and it didn't do much. I just looked around and then finally decided that I've had enough. Let me go away from these buggers who were causing all sorts of problems. So that was the vultures. Next we had the rhino, and if you look at it's quite interesting because the rhino and the lamb, they were inside the same enclosure, and well, the rhino didn't really go and attack the lamb. In terms of size, it is absolutely magnificent, absolutely huge. Um, yeah, you don't want to be near a rhino when you're in the wild, because of the sheer size. If they attack you, probably you will not have a chance. Camels. Then I saw camels. There are a few other animals that were hiding inside inside their caves and stuff, so you couldn't really see them. But I got to see the camel. This is, I guess, if even if it's not the first time I've seen a camel right in front of me, it is one of the first few instances. Next was a clip of these giraffes that we have in the National Zoo of Bangladesh. These animals are tall. I mean, we hear about them being tall, but if you actually see them face to face, that's when you realize how tall they are. This was a still photograph of the same things, and then this is a video clip of the hippos, or of a few of the hippos that are in the Dhaka zoo. So they gave me like a catwalk, and I was pretty happy to see that, because I went to this zoo a few times in the past as well, but I never got to see them from this close. So I was quite happy. They also gave a little catwalk for me and made my day. In the next clip I'll show you, I mean, I thought this clip was quite nice. This is a clip of all three of these hippos eating grass, the feed that was given to them, and the really old one has got this bent teeth, which is outside its mouth. Even though they look really cute, it's not a good idea to encounter them in the wild, because they're quite ferocious. They are known for killing people, or actually they kill more people than the sharks in all the oceans. So we should be quite worried about them. And in the North Lake, there are these pelicans. They suddenly decided to start searching for food in front of the place where I was sitting. So I didn't want to miss the opportunity of capturing them in a video and share it with you guys. So this was these were the three pelicans in the North Lake of the Dhaka, of the Bangladesh National Zoo, Dhaka. in the last clip, I'm going to show you a sun bear, and the bear was restlessly kind of like moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Um, I had a feeling that it was not really happy living in this little enclosure. It is almost like being a prisoner, and it was going left and right trying to find a way to get out. I mean, this was the last clip I captured on today, but there are a lot of other animals. There are different kinds of birds, and there are different kinds of snakes, and wildebeest, and then waterbuck, and then other types of deers, and a few other things as well, tigers and lions and cheetahs and stuff. So if you are an animal lover, I think you should come to the Bangladesh National Zoo, see these animals, and obviously your contribution, the price you pay for the ticket, will be used to make the lives of these animals better. I heard from a local source that the government has decided to invest heavily in the improvement of the zoo, and so these animals will have better and bigger cages, and probably they will have a better quality of life. Now with that, that is the end of our discussion today. If feel free to ask me any question about the Bangladesh National Zoo. If you need any help, please get in touch. Otherwise, comment and probably like the video if you think it was worth watching, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see my future videos. So stay well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.